Hello, and welcome to the Church of Fuck You. I'm St. Patrick. Well, church, this world is extremely funny, isn't it? If you just actually sit back and look at the shit that transpires in this world, it is just downright fucking hilarious. Like, to me, isn't it really funny how some women feel that all women should be loved and cherished and honored and worshipped until their son meets that one bitch that they just cannot fucking stand, then all that shit goes right out the window? Or isn't it funny how some men, disrespect women like any chance they get, call them bitches and whores and, don't mind smacking a bitch in the face. And there are some men who are even as fucking sick as you could possibly get and go out and rape women. But let that shit happen to one of their sisters or their daughters or their mom, then they ready to kill a motherfucker because you don't treat women like that. Really? It's really fucking interesting, isn't it? Isn't it funny how someone can be an asshole their entire fucking life? Like, you go out of your way to avoid them and to never even deal with them, avoid their phone calls, avoid everything that has anything to do with them until they die. Then once they die, they become the greatest fucking person ever to walk the earth, and all of a sudden you can't believe and you're regretting how you just never spent enough time with them. If they're an asshole while they're alive, they're an asshole when they're dead. Sorry, doesn't change. Isn't it funny how the Republicans are labeled like big oil, and they're labeled, they're just part of the big banks. But in all actuality, those same big oil companies and big banks, donate money to the Democratic Party as well. And you thought there was a difference? Oh, silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids. Isn't it downright fucking hilarious how some people are just, how do I put this in a nice, some people are all for laws that make people do what they want them to do. They're all for infringing on other people's rights as long as they agree with the law. But as soon as the law comes in on the books that they don't agree with, all of a sudden it's the government can't do that shit. That's bullshit. I have rights. I have law. The laws are not made to make people do what they want them to do. That's just bullshit. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Yeah, think about that shit. Really be careful what you wish for. Because sometimes what you think, sometimes the shit that you let go because you agree with it can be the exact same shit that turns around and bites you in the fucking ass when the same thing happens when you don't agree with it. But again, it's all jokes. It's all hilarious. It's all funny. I personally love the people who walk around and say that they don't eat meat. It's hilarious. I don't eat meat, I just eat fish. Whereas fish a fucking vegetable? I didn't get that memo. Isn't it funny how we throw parties for people when they get out of jail? Now, don't get me wrong, you got home, you're allowed to be happy, but you don't get a fucking party for getting out of jail. If you come home from, from a war, you get a party. If you come home from the hospital after surviving cancer, you get a fucking party. If you come home because you graduated college, you get a party. You don't get a fucking party for committing a crime and then finally being released from jail. It's not fucking party time. Get the fuck out of here. Isn't it funny how some people believe that, God is loving and he is merciful, and that, if you don't believe and cherish and worship this loving God, that he has every right to throw you in fucking hell and torment you for all of eternity. Because to them, that's acceptable. But these same people will flip the fuck out if were to, smack your 2-year-old on the butt because he was doing something wrong, because that's just fucking barbaric. Really? Fucking really? So a God can throw somebody in hell for all of fucking eternity, and that's okay, and have them tormented forever, and that's perfectly logical to you, but smacking a kid on the ass is somehow, barbaric? Oh, wow. Just fucking wow. And lastly, isn't it funny how people selectively follow the Bible? Now let me explain this real fast. The Bible says the Bible condones slavery. Anyone who's ever read it knows the Bible condones slavery. But their reasoning is, well, we just disregard that. We leave that part out. We don't believe in that now. We don't believe in that shit anymore. The Bible says you can have multiple wives. No, that was the Old Testament. That doesn't count anymore. The Bible says you should kick people out of your church when they've sinned. But no, we can't do that shit, because if we kick people out when they sin, there'll be nobody in the fucking church. The Bible says you shouldn't take money that's evil, like, say, from a prostitute. No, we don't have no control over that. We don't know where the money comes from. The money comes in. We're just going to do good with the money. But the Bible says homosexuality is wrong, or when homosexuality is wrong, then we must follow the Bible. That's what the Bible says, and there's no wavering on this, and that's what it is. That's it. Really? Okay, well, from all of us with common sense to all of you, fuck you. You will learn in life that you can be angry at a lot of shit that goes on. But you will soon realize that you just have to laugh at it. For the simple reason is that this world is just fucking hilarious. And the people in it. Alright, man, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is St. Patrick. I'll see you later.